Hey there, Rivermen fans. Welcome back to another edition of the Dry Dock Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Ruff. This is the podcast where we catch up with some Rivermen people, past and present, both players and staff, get a chance to talk to them a little bit about the season that was, what their summer plans are now that the ship is in dry dock, and perhaps even a preview into next season. We have a very special guest on this week's episode, a little bit of a curveball for you. We've been doing all players. Now it's time to take a look behind the curtain, so to speak. I'm pleased to be joined with Rivermen President and COO Bart Rogers. Bart, pleasure to have you join us. Love the background there. Hopefully we get some big crowds here for the Rivermen this season. Plenty of promotional nights coming up for it too.
Thank you, Jason. Yes, so the background, if you really saw my background, you might be sick with the backdrop. So we put this background in, and it really reminds us of great times of Rivermen hockey, and hopefully even better times in the future.
Speaking on that future, the big story was that the Rivermen promotional schedule was released here this week. So many specialty nights, a ton of specialty jerseys. 19, I think, was the count last I saw it.
Yeah, we really fill it up. The jerseys, the specialty jerseys, have went from something when we first took back over the team in 2013 to doing maybe 3 or 4. Hoping that wasn't too many. And, now fast forward to 2023-24, we have 19 specialty jerseys. And honestly, probably could have did one for each home game, all 28 games. But we thought we better make sure our team has, our fans are able to see the players wear their home and away jerseys. So we cut that off at 19, but really excited about all the themes and all the large projects and licensing companies that we've partnered with, as well as some other creative things we've done throughout the course of the year.
Well, we're going to get into all of that, but I want to lead off with this first question. I mean, not a lot of people know the process of getting all these promotional dates, or even just one promotional date, into the schedule, all the logistics, the coordinating, the giveaways you have to get. Give us an idea of how many moving parts that you have to deal with just to get one promo night into the schedule, let alone how many we have, 19 to 28.
Yeah, I think that's a loaded question because it definitely is a lot of moving parts. It changes all throughout the summer, which I call as our sales season. As new partners come on, existing partners renew, you get a sense for, what they're looking to do, what they're wanting to spend, what they're wanting to put their name on. So we start there. For us, we got a little bit of a late start with our lease not getting set until like around the first or second week of March, but we made up quick time and was able to really get a lot of our sponsors renewed early and fast, which gave us a really good indication of what we're going to be able to do for the following year or this upcoming year, which is the 23-24 season. So, usually we have maybe around 7 or 8 giveaways. We're going to have 14 this year. Again, a testament to our sponsors. We can't do those without them. There's a large cost and a large expense put into all those. And then, as you said, and we alluded to, 19 different specialty jerseys. Last year, I think we had 15, so we've added 4 more. And again, the demand is there from our sponsors that we could have probably filled out the year. So, then once we get our schedule, which we got our schedule about, I think the first part of June, then we start to really lay out kind of our thoughts and ideas. You look at around themes, you look at holidays, you look at, maybe different with the licensees we're working on. There might maybe a new movie coming out that, is going to get a lot of play. So we try and put that specialty jersey around that time frame, and then just start plugging things in. But it changes constantly until we got to the point where we just released it, and still it'll change. And hopefully we have some other things up our sleeves that we're going to be adding, like our rebrand night. Last year we did the flying carp jersey and theme, which went over great. We got a couple of concepts in the hopper. We weren't able to get those done in time, but they're close. So we'll be able to announce one more specialty jersey, and then that extra rebrand and theme night to add to it. So a lot for everyone. Our Sunday promotions are great for kids, 12 and under, $7 tickets. We have the inflatables and post-game skate with the team, early starts, so you're able to get home early. I mean, those have just continued to to do very well. We have those back, and a host of other things that we can mention later on here in our talk.
Oh, Bruce Sauer's opening night has always been just a very special event, even more so this year with the specialty jersey. The leadoff specialty jersey is Eric Levine themed. It has his face all over the place, similar to how the Rivermen did for Alec Hagman in one of the last games of the regular season last year. What went into that process and that decision to honor a longtime goaltender like Eric Levine in that specific way?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, he was here from the beginning. He left and then came back. But I mean, Eric was a true professional both on and off the ice. I mean, not only was he a great goaltender in our league all those years, but what he did off the ice, people don't see all of that, but we do here in the office, and especially as with the ownership group, and with Alec retiring and that happening kind of close and fast. I felt really, really bad that we weren't able to honor Eric the same way we did Alec at the end of the year, and we wanted to make sure that we gave him his due as fast as we could, which we thought no better way than on opening night, the first game of the year. And we just announced his jersey last week, and he got to see that and see what we're going to be doing. So again, there's no bigger honor for, I think, a hockey player than to have to be retired, number one, and have a great career, but then to have a jersey and have his night and have all the fans be able to celebrate it, and especially on opening night, and especially on Bruce Sauer's opening night, which Bruce has a very special place in my heart forever, for my career. And we will always honor Mr. Sauers every opening night, as well as we do on every jersey that the players wear with his logo on it, and we put the logo at center ice, and that will always happen as long as I'm here with the Rivermen.
Of course, certainly so. An already special night going to be made even more special. Another night that I know that I'm looking for, and that some folks in my family are definitely looking forward to, is Peanuts and Stuff-A-Bus night. That's gone over incredibly well with the Rivermen partnership with CityLink and the Stuff-A-Bus campaign, getting a food drive going on to Stuff-A-Bus to help those in need. How do those kinds of promotions and those kinds of nights really highlight the community impact that the Peoria Rivermen have here in Peoria?
Yeah, I think the Peanuts, when we target some of these licensees, they want a charitable aspect on the back end to be tied into that.
Mhm.
And CityLink has been a tremendous partner for decades with the Peoria Rivermen. And when we had the opportunity, it was probably 5, 6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, to partner with Peanuts. We thought, what a perfect way, Charlie Brown and Snoopy and all the holidays, and Charles Schultz is a huge hockey fan. What a great way to wear these jerseys and then somehow tie it in to the program we were already doing with them with the Stuff-A-Bus. So I think social media and everything that we do and you do to make sure our fans see, and those casual fans see what we do out in the community. I mean, through that program, for sure. I mean, our fans give, they bring charitable donations, non-perishable food items into the game, and we fill up carts and carts and carts, and fill, hopefully every year we've filled that bus, not only us but their program all before they get to us. But we're kind of at the end of the Stuff-A-Bus campaign, and then our players, along with the Peoria Mustangs, the hockey community here in Peoria, our players and their players go to the donation site and unload that bus, which is an undertaking.
Oh yeah.
It is filled from the brim, and they teamwork all morning long to get that donated and sorted, with the help of CityLink and everyone else that's there involved. So, that's just one aspect, but there's our players are in the community all throughout the course of the year, visiting Children's Hospital, visiting our hospital, which is Carl Health, just going into the schools and into all the different programs of Boys and Girls Clubs and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. And, they're constantly out in the community, which is what a professional minor league professional sports team really is in the community, which is more than just the team on the ice, but it's a full compass organization that's there to help our community all the time.
You mentioned so many branding nights. We already talked about Peanuts, but we've also got Flintstones, Star Wars, and DC Comics coming back, or the latter coming back from last year. Just what do you think is the excitement level, not only around the office, but around the organization and around the community will be for these branded nights? Because it's not often you see a Star Wars night coming in or Flintstones. That's a new one. I'm sure a lot of folks will get excited for. And obviously DC Comics, I kind of jokingly refer to that as Zach Wilkie night because he's a big comics fan. And last year he had the big goal against Macon. I wouldn't be surprised if he has the big goal this year.
Yeah, the DC Comics was a new one last year. It along with Marvel, we did Marvel. It's a very expensive license to get, but a very popular one. So we were able to wear jerseys, Superman jerseys the first period, then Wonder Woman jerseys the second period, and then we came back out with the I think it was Superman the third period.
Yeah.
I got them mixed up, and Batman was the first one. But anyway, we wore one each period. We're going to do the same thing this year, but it's going to be focused on Batman, Joker, and Robin. So, I think our fans ate them up last year. I'm sure they'll eat them up again. It's a lot of jerseys, but people love them. They're very well created and very well branded. And with our licensing this year, we'll be doing a lot more in-house and video board stuff that's created as these get further and further along into minor league hockey and minor league baseball. They're really figuring out that it's a really good partnership to get into to really promote the brand and keep their brand going year round in these marketplaces. So they've done a lot of video board creation and a lot of social media, which you'll enjoy, that we'll be able to do that really brands it for weeks before the event and then during the game. Yeah, and then Flintstones and Scooby-Doo, those are definitely cartoons that I grew up with, being 53 years old. But I think for our fan base, they're iconic cartoons, and that was a new get for our league this year. And we get some fun things for the following years. A lot of movies are becoming available for us, like Friends, or not, movie, but shows, Friends, The Office, things like that, Yellowstone. So, in the future, these aren't going away. They're only going to increase, and it should be even greater, in the 24-25 season.
Speaking on Flintstones and Scooby-Doo, back in the late 90s, early thousands, when I was little tyke, Saturday morning cartoons, that was on classic Scooby-Doo, classic Flintstones, the Jetsons as well on Cartoon Network. By the way, Saturday, February 11th against Fayetteville will be DC Comics night. So I'm putting it down right now. I think Zach Wilk is going to get a big goal. If he gets it in the Joker jersey, that's even better.
That's awesome. Yeah, I hope so.
I got another question for you, and this has always been curious to me. Is it ever tiring when you have to do a 10:30 a.m. game for an education game, the education game back on the schedule here for the Peoria Rivermen on December 14th? Does that ever, I know you get really into the minutia and you kind of get into a rhythm doing 7:15 games and 3:15 games, but a 10:30 a.m. game is a little bit of a different animal. Is that a little bit more of a challenge for you?
I think it was the first time we did it, but this will be our fourth or fifth time doing it. I get lost with the with the COVID break, but as I posted when we announced that a few weeks ago on my social media, it's the game I look forward to the most. I mean, it's so exciting. It's so unique. It's rare for us. We're getting up early, getting in here at 6 o'clock to get the arena set up and make sure everything's ready because the kids start arriving around 9 o'clock, and it's just bus after bus after bus. Last year we were able to. I mean, the first year we had around 4,500. The second year close to 7,000. Then COVID hits. That we came out of it the first year and weren't able really to do it because schools weren't doing still at that time field trips, and then we were able to bring it back last year. Steph Leverton, her first year, she coordinated all, did an excellent job to get the base back of around 4,500 to 5,000 people. And our goal this year is to get 7,500 to 8,000. I mean, eventually, I think in 3 to 4 years, the building will be full. But it's just so interesting. And I mean, the kids are so excited to come here. It's right around Christmas time this year. Again, we did that last year. I think it was the 17th. It was the 14th this year. The game's at 10:30, and a lot of the kids, we take it for granted, right? Our fans take it for granted. We take what our product is, coming to the Civic Center, coming to downtown. There's lots of kids that, might be the only time they ever come to Peoria or might to come to a Rivermen game, because these kids are coming from an hour and a half, 2 hours away from schools that, a lot of us have probably never heard of. But, once they get here, the music gets going, we turn the lights down and introduce the crowd. I mean, it's just deafening, and it's just screaming
Oh yeah.
from the time the game starts until it ends. So last year we weren't able to give the kids a win, but all the other years we have. So hopefully we can get back on the winning streak for that as well.
People underestimate how loud those kids can get. To give you another peek behind the curtain, I had to turn off my crowd mic. It was so loud. We could get
Yeah.
all the residuals from just the normal talking microphones that myself and my then intern Brandon had, but we had to turn off the crowd mic because it was getting too loud.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. We can't wait. And again, any teachers that are out there or any principals, I mean, you're missing the boat if you're not a part of it. So the Chiefs do one in the springtime. We specifically put ours away from theirs. So, we both can have great nights, and again, it's just a great opportunity for kids to be able to experience the Civic Center, be able to experience downtown Peoria and Rivermen hockey.
I understand there's a personal story with you in one of the specialty jerseys, the disco jersey. Tell us that story and how that has a personal connection to you and your family.
Well, I mean, my wife, who works for us at our merchandise stand, she's always loved that jersey. And one of our longtime season ticket holders, Stu Thomas, would wear it every game. And so he said, he came up to me one time, he wanted to talk to me. He said, your wife really likes, and I didn't know that, but he said, your wife really loves that old school disco jersey. And we did that. I can't remember what year we did that. It was mid 90s or late 90s. And he said, I'll sell it to you if you want to give it to her as a present. So I bought it from him and then gave it to her at Christmas. She had no idea about it, but she wore it every game since then. After I gave it to her for Christmas, and I thought, heck, the same company, OT Sports, created it, who we get our specialty jerseys from. So they still have the artwork. I said, let's bring it back and do a 70s night and disco night. So not only will she be able to wear one, but there'll be a lot of them being worn by the people that win them after the game. So anyway, that's kind of the backstory of it. But that was one of the first, probably the second or third year that we even started doing specialty jerseys. So definitely is a historical piece, and having my wife enjoy it and having her work every game at our merchandise stand, it made it even better.
Even better. Now, I know everyone loves the freebies, the giveaways. What are some of the big freebies and giveaway items that the Rivermen will be giving out to the first 1,000 fans or so that come through the door? What are some of the big freebie items that the Rivermen will be hosting this year and giving out to fans?
Yeah, so like I said, we have 14 giveaway items, which is pretty much double what we've ever had in the past. We kick it off every opening night. The O'Brien Realty Group, Jared O'Brien and his crew are giving away magnetic schedules. Then we have everything from pennants to 3 foot by 5 foot outdoor flags, to an adult jersey giveaway, to a youth jersey giveaway, 2 stocking cap giveaways, a Rivermen Rubik's Cube by our great partners at Prug Shop Pharmacy. Gosh, I mean, a fanny pack. I'm trying to think of all the other things that were really nice travel 20-ounce etched Rivermen travel mug, whose our partner is Wilson Services. So I mean, just lots of things, team photos and team calendars, a hat by our partners at IBEW. So, we've really tried to, giving away a photo or giving away something of less quality is probably not something we ever strive to do, which is probably why we keep the giveaways. If it can't be a nice perceived value that's hopefully going to draw people in here, we usually don't do that. And this year we've been able to, our partners have stepped to the plate and they want that giveaway and they want to be a part of that. And we've really got some nice items and some high perceived value items that hopefully will draw people to the game and bring a lot of casual people to experience Rivermen hockey.
That leads into my next question very well. We've talked a lot about the sponsors, and it's a fact of life that without our sponsors, this team doesn't even exist, let alone these giveaway items. You mentioned our sponsors stepping up to the plate to be a part of all these promotions. How imperative have they been, and how supportive have they been, not only of Rivermen hockey as of late, but also of all these specialty and promotional nights?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about our season ticket holders, number one, and then right behind them, our corporate partners. When we bought the team in 2013, the team was going through some tough times from the last year in the American Hockey League, and it's been a constant buildup every single year of those bases and those two silos of business, our season ticket holders and our corporate partners, and every year we sell more advertising, every year we sell more tickets. And as we sit here now, middle of August, we have no dashers to sell. We have no nice logos to sell. Our and we have no specialty jerseys. So I mean, we're really having to be creative. We don't own our own arena, so we don't have any other signage, but the signage that we've had for decades since we've been here. So we just continue to try and create things, try and do more social media branding, more video board branding, the website branding. But yeah, without the sponsors, all these promotions don't happen. And um, you know, can't thank them enough. Times sometimes are good, sometimes are bad, but when you have great relationships, and I credit all of our staff. I mean, I'm only as good as the staff that's below me. And our staff has been here for decades. They have great relationships with our partners, and when you have that relationship, when I say when times are tough, and maybe that partner is looking to cut some things back, you have a good relationship with them, you're usually not on the cutting board. And that's the reason why we've been able to continue to grow our product and not stay status quo or go backwards. And again, that's a testament not only to our partners, but to our staff that have those relationships with them.
Speaking on growing relationships, the Rivermen going back for another home game at Grossinger Motors Arena in Bloomington. That game going to go on February 10th against the Quad City Storm. So the big rivalry between Peoria and Quad City going over to Bloomington. How was that game between Peoria and Evansville and Bloomington received last year? And did that reception kind of help kickstart the idea of, hey, let's go back to Bloomington and bring Quad City here with us to bring the folks there some really good rivalry hockey?
I mean, it was received well. We had almost 5,000 people in the building. It only holds around 5,700 for hockey, so it was jam packed, which was great. The fans in Bloomington Normal and around that area really ate it up, and we had great sponsors, great groups, and it's something. Anytime you can take your brand on the road and go down the road 30 or 40 miles, where you still don't really affect your season ticket base and your sponsors, because the markets most of the time blend together there. It was a win-win for us. It gave us another Saturday date, which is very important and crucial to the financial picture of our organization. And the same thing was done this year to give us another Saturday, this time in February, not in March, February 10th. And our goal is to sell that building out this year. The response we've got already from people that had went to the game, that want to bring their employees out to the game, to wanting to buy suites, to sponsorship. It's night and day where we were at last year, trying to kind of plan it and try and promote something that we've never done before. So we played games over there, but the Rivermen had never left Peoria to go play a neutral site home game until we did it. We opened up actually the now Enterprise Center in St. Louis when the NHL was on strike. But other than that, all the games had always been played in Peoria. So, whether we do that in the future, who knows? But we're doing it again, and we're excited about it, and can't wait for February 10th to come.
Last question for you, Bart, before I let you go. Obviously, ton of promotional nights, ton of specialty jerseys. Is there one particular promotional night that you yourself personally are really looking forward to?
I don't, I think I really enjoy the giveaways. Those are cool to see so many people walking in the door, and you hand them a Riverman item, especially kids. So doing the jerseys, bringing back the adult jersey giveaway, we're giving away 1,000 of them, and then we're giving away 1,000 youth jerseys the following week. So I mean, 2,000 replica jerseys are going to be given away to the fans. I mean, that will be an awesome 2-week time frame when you're at the doors handing a kid maybe their first and only Riverman jersey for free. So I like the giveaways, but I to say I have one thing that trumps everything else would probably be I wouldn't say anything trumps anything. I just enjoy people coming to Riverman hockey. in their families are, definitely seeing our games is skewing to the younger crowd. Kind of goes on a roller coaster as our fans get older. People drop off, new people come in. But if you've come the last couple of years, you're seeing that the crowd coming is very family friendly, young crowd, and just happy to come down to the Civic Center, come down to Peoria, and experience a fun night out.
Those two games in March 2nd and 8th here of this season, those two big replica jersey giveaways. Bart, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us. Thank you for your wonderful and continued leadership of the Rivermen. Look forward to a great season upcoming.
All right. Thank you, Jason.